Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another Versus Night. Tonight, I will be comparing Uncommon Valor, released in 1983, versus Missing in Action, released in 1984. So, let's get started on this one with the leads. Uncommon Valor stars Gene Hackman and Fred Ward, while Missing in Action stars Chuck Norris and M. Emmett Walsh. Now, with these leads, the main leads, Gene Hackman against Chuck Norris, I mean, is there any real competition there? I mean, I love Chuck Norris as an action star and everything, but he is not even close to the actor that Gene Hackman is. So that's an easy win for Uncommon Valor on this. And then you have Fred Ward and M. Emmett Walsh, which is a little bit closer between those two, but whenever you have such a, dominant lead in Gene Hackman versus someone who's just an action star like Chuck Norris, there's no doubt which one is going to come out on top. Alright, so let's move on to supporting and see if we can get a different outcome here. A supporting cast on Uncommon Valor consists of Reb Brown, Randall Tex Cobb, Patrick Swayze, Harold Sylvester, Tim Thomerson, Robert Stack, Michael Dudikoff, and Todd Allen. The supporting cast on Missing in Action consists of David Tress, Lenora Kasdorf, Ernie Ortega, James Hong, E. Eric Anderson, and Pierino Mascarino. Now, I don't think there's much competition here, because even though I really like James Hong and E. Eric Anderson, what else have we ever seen David Tress or Lenore Kasdorf or Ernie Ortega in? Let alone Pierino Mascarino. I mean, he's, nothing much. I don't think I've ever seen them out. If they have, it's nothing notable that is, makes them stand out. Whereas Uncommon Valor, you have Reb Brown, who has been in numerous films, Randall Tex Cobb, very underrated supporting actor that was in so many different projects, Patrick Swayze, who would go on to become a huge star, Harold Sylvester, another great supporting actor that's been in numerous films, Tim Thomerson, another excellent actor, not just supporting either, because he led some films himself. My favorite was the Trancers movies. But he's just an awesome actor. But yeah, supporting on this one, I gotta give it to Uncommon Valor. Sorry. All right, so let's move on to story and see if we can get a different outcome here. Uncommon Valor story follows a retired Marine Colonel, Jason Rhodes, as he is obsessed with finding his son Frank, who has been listed as missing in action since 1972, and he gathers a team together for a rescue mission. The story for Missing in Action consists of a former POW who escaped 10 years prior, accompanies a government investigation of many U.S. soldiers still missing in action, and launches a mission to rescue them. For whatever reason, Missing in Action was originally supposed to be a film in which Chuck Norris was in a POW camp, his character was, and was tortured throughout the movie. He's captured at the beginning of a battle and everything that's going on, and then he is suffers through POW torture and everything before finally escaping by the end of the movie. And then they made they were making a sequel at the same time where he would go after other POWs that were still over there. But for whatever reason, the producers decided to release the second film as the first. And then they released the original film as Missing in Action, the beginning, which is a very, very odd way to do the story. Of course, I can see probably why they were doing that. You know, Rambo was going on at this time. They were probably going, oh, well, if we just have him in a POW camp, that's not going to do as well at the box office as what it will be if he's going in for a rescue mission. So they flipped him for whatever stupid reason. But I just don't find Chuck Norris to be suitable in this role as this POW and everything, this soldier character. His best soldier character he ever played was Delta Force. And he's a different kind of a soldier character in that. He's not like trying to be the Rambo or the John Matrix or anything like that. So Missing in Action always seemed like an oddity for Chuck Norris, to where I never really got into it as much. But the plot on Uncommon Valor really just draws you in because of the Colonel Rhodes character as played by Gene Hackman, and how excellent his performance is, and how determined he is to get in there and rescue his son, or at least bring him back if he had been killed over there. But I mean, it's another one that's just, there's no competition here for me. I mean, Uncommon Valor has Missing in Action beat to hell in the story. So I think this is a, easy win for Uncommon Valor. So I'm not really even going to move on to direction. I mean, because that's fairly obvious too. I mean, Ted Kotcheff versus Joseph Zito. I love Joseph Zito, but yeah, this Missing in Action I don't think was one of his better directorial efforts. And Ted Kotcheff is just amazing as a director. There's hardly any competing with him. So, yeah, Uncommon Valor wins this one easily. What do you guys think of these two films? Do you agree with my assessment on this? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you have access to an area on the channel right now where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when that video goes up, it will go up for all Plus members prior to going up for everyone else on the regular schedule. So if you want to get interactive and help us to get more reviews on here that I might not normally do, become a Plus member. Well, that's the end of another Versus Night. If you missed last week's Versus Night, check out the link up in here. Or if you've missed any of the other Versus Nights, check out our playlist and see anything that you have missed.